again, it's hard meeting friends and joining communities as an adult. It's tough. I have grown my reach, and in order to provide more women the map to how fabulous this golf is, that this sport is, and out of that community, they are meeting new friends and bringing that community into their life, into their soul. That is what gives me the greatest pleasure ever.
Well, hey there. Welcome to the Average Suck Show. Today is going to be absolutely incredible. Our guest today has more in common with you and your mission than you can imagine. Tori is a mother of 3 incredible teenagers. She is an entrepreneur and somebody that has taken golf to an entirely new level, a game that so many people are intimidated by, they have trouble getting better at. And she has found a way to teach women in golf how to not just be better at golf, but to create an incredible community. Her mission and her business transcends way past the golf course, way past business, and it's really about making an impact in people's lives and really allowing them to see their greatness in what they do and allow them to be above average at the game of golf. And what I love about Tori and what she's doing, she's not only the Arizona 2022 Women's Golfer of the Year, she's really about sharing her gift and her purpose with other women out there that truly want to succeed. This is going to be a conversation, I know, about life. It's going to be about business, about getting through challenges in life, and really how to level up in what it is that you do. So Tori, super excited that you're here. Give that awkward high five across the table and get ready to rock. So I got really excited about this. And the reason why is I thought you've been playing golf. I literally thought you've been playing golf your entire life, and you decided to switch from, I don't know what you played as a kid, but you picked up golf mid-20s.
Yeah. I mean, like everyone else, I wish I played it earlier. I wish I played it as a kid, but I was a tennis and softball player. And I continued to play softball as an adult, but I slowly transitioned into golf because my husband played a ton of golf. And I was like, if I don't join him, he's going to be off every weekend playing, and I'll just be at home by myself.
How did he feel about that?
He was fine.
So did he invite you, or you invited yourself?
Probably a little bit of both.
Okay.
But now, of course, the tables have turned, and I play a lot more golf than him. So
is there like a who's better proportionally thing yet, or?
Oh no, it's clear I'm better.
Okay, I wanted to throw it out there. I wanted to throw it, and I love the angle because I mean golf. Predominantly, in the old days, it was like a guy's game. They'd hang out, and you're literally building clubs for women to literally get together, to spend time, to build community. And how did you transition from this idea of like, I like golf and I play with my husband and I'm clearly a better golfer to I'm going to make this my profession, my business, and I want to share this with the world? Like, where was that point where it went from like, I'm playing well to time to share?
Yeah. So it came pretty naturally. So I was continually getting better. I was continually working at my game. And I actually lost a big tournament. So it was a club championship at my local club here, Arizona Country Club. I lost. I really thought I was going to win. I went into it feeling confident. And I ended up losing. Was really distraught over it.
Can I ask how bad the loss was? Talk strokes.
It was like it was match play. Second round, it wasn't even like the final round. And, on paper, I should have won fairly easily. And
do you mean on paper the night before you started, or on paper that morning, or on paper on the physical card?
Just on paper, I felt I was a better golfer. I had a lower handicap index. I, typically was a better golfer than my opponent. But that's one of the maddening things about golf. You never know what kind of game's going to show up any day.
Do you think your competition was more ready that day, or
probably less pressure and unaffected by the scenario? Okay. Some tournaments tend to be bigger in my head than they should be, but I ended up losing, and I went to my coach at the time. I said, okay, I'm not practicing the right things. I'm just going out to the range and I'm just hitting balls. I have no plan. What do I really need to work on? And he took a scrap piece of paper and he gave me 2 practice plans to follow on any given day. And he gave me 2 just so I wasn't doing the same one over and over again. And it was detailed, and it showed me exactly what to do. And I did that, and I started to make really good strides in my golf game. And I thought to myself, why isn't there something out there like almost like a workout program, but for golf, like a practice program that someone can follow for 30 days. And each day is a different practice plan, keeps the boredom from happening.
Yeah.
And you go out and you know exactly what to do. And when you're done with that plan, you feel accomplished. You feel like you're making progress. And so that's where it all started. I made my own online practice program specifically for women and for the female recreational golfer.
What did the first program look like? Was it on a piece of paper? Was it in a binder?
Well,
was it a video? What was it? Like,
so,
how did it start? Because we're dealing with entrepreneurs. Like, most of our
Yeah.
people watching this and listening to this right now, they're entrepreneurs, and they literally make things on a napkin. It
Oh,
either
yeah.
works or it doesn't. So tell me, like, what that looked like, and how long ago was this?
This was about 4 years ago.
Okay, so you
maybe
bought this-
even going on 5 years ago.
Did you go sell your husband on it right away?
Oh yeah, because I love ideas.
Yeah, okay.
Like we all do. Like we have new ideas every day. So I just told him exactly what I wanted to do, and I knew exactly what I wanted it to look like. I wanted to look like an online course, but be on an app where they
Yeah.
can take to the practice facilities and look at the videos and know exactly what to do, and have a workbook that they can like write on. Because women, we like workbooks. We
Yeah,
like
okay.
feeling the paper, and I know it's just one of
Take
our
note of
things.
that for our clients. Yeah.
Like we like to have a spiral bound thing that will show our practice. So I knew exactly that's how I wanted to look like. I had no idea how to execute it, but
Okay.
I was ready. Like I was ready to put forth the effort and the money to make this happen. So I actually hired a business coach,
Okay.
and she worked with me for I think 6 months straight in producing. Like she showed me exactly what to do, even down to, because I had to hire a videographer
Okay.
to come out on the course with me for, I think we had 4 different shooting days that we did. And she would tell me exactly how to outline each video.
Wow.
And it was probably the first time I did something to that level, but I just pushed record and I was like, let's go, let's do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And
you got started.
I got started, and I'd say I kept that business coach for 6 months to a year about. But we had it launched within 3 months.
So you said you had to launch instant success, or
No.
Okay.
No.
I want one person wants to say instant success.
Yeah,
so
no.
So it didn't, like, you didn't get the 100 great clients immediately. Everybody paying monthly.
No.
Great success stories.
Well, so I was on social media before this.
Okay.
Okay. So again, it happened naturally because I was doing a lot of fitness on social media. But
You were in a fitness business?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm a golfer. So actually, my sister told me, she's like, why don't? And all my clients were golfers. So in the fitness industry. So my sister's like, why don't you start talking about golf more? And so it just naturally turned from fitness all the way to golf. And so by the time this course came out, I was all in on golf at that point. But I had the social media business going, and was it instant success? No, but it just proved to me that I could execute something, an idea. And I mean, it still sells to this day, so it's.
You're still marketing that course today?
Oh yeah. And I've made other courses in the meantime.
Do you upsells and stuff in between? Where
Exactly.
You remarket? Okay. And our clients love all that stuff.
Oh yeah. And it all started with just that online program.
Okay. So a big decision. So walk me through this real quick. You were doing
Yeah.
fitness. So you've been an entrepreneur your whole life.
Yeah.
You're a child of an entrepreneur? Your parents entrepreneurs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you grew up, like,
All
what
small
kind of
business
businesses were they in?
Real estate. My dad owns a boat marina, and my
Okay.
sister owns apparel stores.
Got it. So
Brick and mortar.
it was going to be that you were going to be an entrepreneur, or you're going to be not, like, fit in the family.
Yeah, like I'm not getting a regular 9-to-5 job.
Okay.
I can't be caged in like
It
that.
doesn't work for you.
No,
Okay.
not at
So
all.
when opportunity showed up, the entrepreneur showed up and did what she needed to do. So what was your first entrepreneurial endeavor? What did you do prior to this? Let's go back to the beginning. I want to go back
Yeah.
to your first way that you made money originally.
On
13,
my
14
own.
years old, 12 years old.
Yeah.
Your first hustle.
No, I don't think there was anything that young. So I got sober very young. I got sober when I was 19 years
Okay.
old. So before that,
So you got sober before you're supposed to be drinking.
Exactly.
Okay.
I've never had a legal drink in my life.
Really?
So yes.
Okay.
So my teenage years were all about drugs and alcohol. So
When
there
did it
wasn't.
start?
13.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it was a very short stint.
Luckily.
But yeah, it got nipped in the butt pretty quick. And so.
How'd you get sober?
Well, I kept making terrible decisions one after another, and what's probably was normal in my household growing up and wasn't as much of an alarm. A red flag to my parents was a red flag to my sister when I was living with her when I was 18 and 19.
Or?
Yep.
Okay.
And my sister is 10 years older than me, so she was not around at the house, during my teenage years, but I moved in with her after I graduated, and she was like, this is not normal. And so her and her husband actually helped me. They took me to a rehab. And
what did they say to you? And the reason I ask this is it comes up a lot in our calls and our stuff and in the world today. I'm watching Corbin right there go like this. He's 21 years old and he sees this thousands of times of what we do. So what did that conversation go like? And the reason I'm going to bring this in is I've learned that people that have gotten through alcohol and drugs become the most high functioning human beings on earth. Yeah. So I got to tell you, I don't recommend it to people as a starting point, but it's really cool we get there. So how did they have the conversation with you?
Well, it wasn't much of a choice. So again, I was living with them and I was in California at the time. We were in California and I'm born and raised in Rochester, New York. So far from home. It's not like I have some place to run off to or another place to live. Okay. I don't have like a stash of money to do that or, the ability to do that at that point. So they pretty much said, we're going to kick you out, which meant going back to Rochester, or you're going to get some help. And they really just took really fast action. It became unacceptable. And very quickly after that, they took action for me that I couldn't do on my own. Wow. And just drove me to the rehab and said, go do this. And then we'll see you after. And it ended up being like 26 days. It was a 28-day program.
Wow. Because you could have went a totally different direction. We wouldn't be on this podcast right now.
No, I'd be dead.
So do you thank them ever for that?
Oh, yeah. And we talk about it. And, there's stories that we still laugh about,
So you just thought it was acceptable because that's the environment you're in.
Yeah.
And then you get sober at 19 years old. And then what happened after that?
I just did everything they told me to do. So that's where I see the miracle that happened because for some reason.
Those are mentors.
I was like, they told me what to do. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. So which included going to a halfway house after rehab. It included doing 90 meetings in 90 days. I eventually found a sober softball league that made me feel like, okay, I can have fun outside of drinking, because I loved softball. And fast forward, once we moved to Phoenix, I actually started the Sober Softball League here, which has now grown to, might say that was my first kind of entrepreneurial adventure was starting that Sober Softball League. And I've never thought about it like that, but it has grown into something amazing, and it's
still out there.
Oh yeah, it's still out there.
So you built something. You built something. I'm getting the chills just thinking about this. Not because it's cold in here. Yeah. Literally, you built something that's still living today
19 years ago.
Because at 19 years old,
yep,
you did something that 19 years. Well, years later, but 19 years later, you literally is still out there and offering gifts. So I see you as an entrepreneur, but you're really like a mission-driven entrepreneur. And it sounds to me like the things you do have to have purpose behind them. Yeah. Because I don't think this is about golf. It's really offering people what golf offers you. It really offers you confidence and the ability to show your skills, challenge yourself, and to be great at something. So the softball league, do you touch in with it at all, or?
Not anymore, really. Okay. I did for a while. So I started it probably 18 years ago, maybe 19, going on 19 years ago, and I played in it for years. And it just...
How are you at softball?
I'm a pretty good softball player. Okay. I can't throw anymore.
Like really good? I'm great.
Really good. Okay. But when you can't throw anymore, my shoulder's all busted. I don't know. Okay.
I got a guy to remind me after to fix that shoulder.
Well, it only hurts when I throw a softball. So it's like, I don't, but anyway.
I got a guy for you from Jersey, but I got a guy that'll fix that shoulder. So you can't throw anymore, but you still play?
Nope. Okay. So there's only so many hours in the day, and this is part of the balance that we were talking about initially. I don't have as much time. I want to be an amazing golfer. I want to be one of the best in the country, mid-am golfers in the country. In order to do that, I can't play softball as much. I can't play pickleball. I'm a very competitive person, and I want to go all in, and I know this about myself. So I have to pick and choose between what I commit to.
The only person I've ever seen didn't do it successfully, but Bo Jackson was the only one growing up as a kid that played football and baseball, and Bo could do this, but he still failed at it because he succeeded by making both professional leagues, but got injured in one and couldn't do both. Yeah. So I've never seen anybody be great at anything that didn't make the choice. My daughter's going through that right now, picking dance, figure skating, and the competitions. We navigated it for 11 years, and now at 11 years old, she has to pick which competition she goes that weekend, and one is going to be done, and I know it's going to be the skating that we're going to continue with. But so you find that people out there that want to be great at golf, they need to select that that's their thing?
Yeah, depending on what kind of level you want to get at. And for me, I want to get to a pretty high level. So I just know that that's all the free time I have that is geared towards golf.
Okay.
And training.
So here's my question. So you put together this program, and what was it originally designed to do?
It was designed to give players like me, players that really want to get better at golf. You know, they have a passion, you know, they're just starting out or they're just on a plateau. Like, let's say they're a 15 handicap and they really want to be a single digit. It gives them a plan on how to do it. And it's online. It's all digital. It's not something where you're having to get private lessons or, you know, spend.
So you're the private coach?
I wouldn't go that far because it's
their coach.
Yeah. Okay. You know what happened is, as I'm building these programs and eventually events and tournaments, it has formed a community like none other.
Really?
So that's really.
So you've got a group of people committed to wanting to get better at golf, becoming more confident in their passion of golf.
Yeah.
And because one of the most frustrating things about golf is that people don't know how to get better at it, and they make up stories, and there's illusions out there. Like I'm a hockey player, so when I go play golf, I have a really great swing, and as ugly as you've ever seen, and I can hit that ball 200 yards straight, and then I get bored by about the fourth hole because when my mind kicks in, I wind up either getting bored, confused, or making up a story why I'm not good at it. I never really dedicated. So I want to ask you a really interesting question.
Yeah.
So without using the word practice, let's pretend you're not allowed to answer that question with the word practice. If a person wanted to get better, like Corbin on the video right there, and he wanted to get better at golf, and you don't say the word practice, what are 2 or 3 things that you would recommend through your program, other than purchase your program, of course?
Yeah.
But what would you recommend he do? And I'm going to say practice is part of it. But while a person is practicing, what do you feel that they should work on without just saying get out on the course and hit the ball?
Get fitted for clubs.
Okay.
So if you've never been fitted for clubs, you need to get fitted for clubs. Or if it's been a while, go get fitted again.
So when you say been a while, okay, so I understand getting fitted for club by custom hockey sticks that I have my size and everything, totally get the difference. When you say it's been a while, someone bought clubs 8 years ago, what happens? The body change? Or
Yeah, we change. We either get more flexible or less flexible. We get stronger or less strong. Our swing speed goes up or goes down, you know, depending on what our personal body type is. So especially if you play consistently, your swing might have changed. So I would say every 3 to 5 years, you want to go back to a club fitter and make sure everything is fitted to your swing.
So especially people watching this that can afford to do that, A, go get fitted, and B, go get a pair of clubs that allow you to have an advantage.
Absolutely. And even if you're a beginner, because let's even think about if you buy something right off the rack, is it the right size for you for your height? Is it, you know, you might be swinging a lot faster than that club, you know, it might not have the proper shaft in it. So I don't care if you're a beginner or if you've been golfing for 30 years, you need to get fitted for sure.
Okay, so what's number 2? So I'm already fitted now. So fitted, what's number 2?
So you're going to get fitted for equipment. You're going to focus on course management for sure.
What is course management?
Course management is having a strategy going onto a hole, any course, and really knowing what your plan is for that hole, depending on what kind of hole it is, you know, and you want to avoid the 3 things you want to avoid as much as possible is penalty strokes. Okay. You want to avoid 3-putting or anything more than a 2-putt.
Okay.
And, you know, you want to avoid chipping twice, which is a funny term.
It is funny.
But you only really want to chip once, right?
Yes.
Like if you're in the spot where you're chipping, you only want to do it once. You want to be on the green right after that. You know, you don't want to duff a chip and then have to chip again.
Got it. Number 3 thing. What's the 3rd thing you'd say without saying the word practice?
Okay. Get fitted, course management, get stronger. I mean, you know.
This is where your fitness stuff comes in.
Yeah.
What do you mean by getting stronger? And is this part of your program too? Do you teach strength?
No, not really anymore.
Maybe we should build a secondary program.
Yeah, exactly.
Confident golfer strength.
So there is a strong correlation between how much distance you have off the tee or with any club to how good of a golfer you have.
Okay.
It really, there's a strong tie between your potential and how much distance you have. And, you know, a lot of people can get stronger, and there's ways to do it that's very specific to golf. Whereas if you go to a certified TPI trainer, you know, it's worth it.
Okay.
It's worth gaining distance.
Got it. So strength, clubs, and course management. And these are things that take you from being an average golfer to above average, or like above average, and step out of like the random player to like have a chance to be good very quickly.
Yeah. Aside from practice. And I want to say one more thing.
I like practice. I just know that that's the BS answer people get. Go practice. But if you don't do course management, there is no practice.
Yeah. And the last thing I actually want to add is do things that make you uncomfortable. So if you play the same course every single weekend, go play another course, or go join a women's league or a men's league, or go sign up for a state tournament. Like, go put yourself out there, because I guarantee you, if you go sign up for a state tournament that makes you nervous, and let's say it's a 2-day tournament, when you go back to your home course after that, everything's going to seem so much easier. So you have to put yourself under those stressful, kind of high pressure situations with golf, and that will make you a better golfer.
You think it's just golf, or do you think life in general?
Life in general.
Life in general. You do that in business?
Yeah, I definitely recognize what makes me uncomfortable, and I kind of do the 3-2-1 thing. Let's go.
Okay, you have to force yourself to do it.
Yes.
What are those things that make you uncomfortable?
I don't love big crowds.
Okay. So you decided to do golf with the big crowds. Okay.
well, just
so you decided to pick a community where they watch you. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just doing, having. Yeah, just how it is. Like, some days you wake up and the schedule doesn't feel great. Like, it feels like it's a lot. And at the end of the day, you feel good about it. Like, you're just showing up. Do
you not like the crowds, or the crowd motivates you and it literally forces you to change?
I get.
Does it shut you down, or does it literally you have to play through it?
I have to actively tell myself, okay, you're here to work. You have to talk. You can't just stand in the corner. You have to go out there and
so you're an introvert.
Yes.
Okay, me too.
Yeah.
And it's weird. People don't think that I get on big stages. I talk all the time to people. But the definition of introvert is somebody that literally, when they get around people, they're exhausted afterwards.
Yes.
Do you feel that same way?
Absolutely.
So it's not that you don't like people. I love people. But after an event, I get juice from the event. As soon as it's done, I'm done.
Yeah.
So an extrovert gets juiced from being around people. So a lot of people think a talker, like you're a talker, you can talk, you got your videos, you get around people. That's not an extrovert. A real extrovert is somebody that literally could do that all day long, every minute of the day, 24 hours a day, and make it happen. That is not me either. So that's one thing. I've learned a lot of entrepreneurs have that in common. I think that gives us the time to be quiet and the solitude to develop new ideas and to do big things. So let's step into something big here. So I love the golf, but I believe golf is a lot of mental game. So I mean, I would think anything in life is a mental game. I think everything in life is about mindsets and everything. So if you were to walk me through preparation, how would you prepare for whether you're having an event coming up, or you'd prepare for a match, or you'd prepare for all the way down to preparing to walking up to the tee box? Like, what does your preparation look like from the night before to the day of to a week prior? Like, I always look for like little idiosyncrasies or little things that people do. Like, what's something that you have found that, not that you read in a book, that you don't really do? Like, what do you actually do, as weird as it is, that helps you mentally get ready?
Yeah. So again, when I had a lot of tough losses years ago, I remember thinking I could have done better. So that's like the worst thought that I can have after losing a tournament.
How soon does that kick in?
Right away.
So as soon as the scores come out, it's the end, last stroke, you're like, you hopeful thinking, could have done better.
Oh,
Are those your exact words?
Yeah, in my head.
Okay.
I could have done better.
Which is kind of negative and positive at the same time.
Yeah, but I know how much time, like, I know if what's important to me is to practice as much as I can, which could be a lot more than someone. It could be a lot less than someone. But, I have 3 kids. I have a full-time job. I have a business that I'm trying to run.
Yep.
So even if, like today, for example, if I can get to the range for 30 minutes, that's probably as much as I could do today. But the next tournament that I'm going to come up to, which is the Arizona Mid-Am in mid-June, I want to be able to sneak in as many practice sessions as I can so that I go into that tournament knowing I've done everything I can.
Okay.
So whatever happens, I've done everything I can beforehand as far as practice and preparing is concerned. Now, day of, when I show up to the Mid-Am, day 1, I actually don't have, I probably should have more of a routine than.
I don't think so. You should do what works.
So what tends to work for me is not getting there early. Okay. So for me,
she doesn't like the crowds.
Well, I prefer, in a perfect scenario, get there half hour early. Kind of walk around, get my bearings, get everything set up in the cart, putt for 10 to 15 minutes, and then get on the cart and go right to the first
Give
tee.
yourself no time to think.
Yes.
Okay.
If my coach would prefer me to get there an hour and a half before, warm up for a full hour, putt for 20 minutes. I can't. It gets me antsy.
Is your coach the 2022 Women Golfer of the Year?
No,
So
actually.
you know it works for you.
Exactly.
So I coach people, and I have people that recommend all the time for me to get ready early. These guys watch me show up 3 minutes before I need to be on stage, then use the restroom on 1 minute late, and I will do the best performance you've ever seen because I have no time to think.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you a strange question. Have you ever played under the weather?
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever played better under the weather, like when you can't think?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Like when you have a sinus infection or your brain hurts and you
Yeah,
have a headache.
they say beware of the injured golfer.
Because that injured golfer plays better because you have no time to think about all the other nonsense. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
So you've actually learned what works for you. So what advice do you have for people out there? Let's have you do a little coaching right now.
Okay.
You got people watching this right now. You have found that works for you and me. What advice do you have about following what you know works versus what somebody tells you? Like, how do you decipher the difference between, I know you hired the business coach to help you with the business, that part you did not have owned.
Yeah.
What you needed, how to get your course out.
Yeah.
Totally respect that. But how do you know the difference between what your coach wants for you? Because coach has got some really good stuff for you. I'm not knocking.
Yeah.
We're not here to knock your coach. Your coach, you need your coach for a lot of things. But for the mindset portion, how do you know that that works for you? And then I got a crazy question I'm going to ask you in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm a numbers person. I'm a stat taker.
Yep.
So to me, it's all about building the evidence, you know, taking the stats, taking the feedback from, okay, this tournament I did well. I'm looking at the numbers. What did I do beforehand? What did I do the night before? Like recognizing what was happening in that environment during that tournament. And during the good tournaments, the medium tournaments, the poorly played tournaments. So just getting as much feedback and evidence as you can.
That's
see
huge.
what works.
Well, hey guys, I want to take a quick opportunity right now and remind you that Average Sucks is not just an incredible podcast. It is a way of life. It is a way of being, and the title of my best-selling book that shows you step by step. I literally walk through exactly how in my life and in the lives of our incredible students, I showed them how to live an above average life, whether it's in your business, whether it's with your finance, with your health, any area of your life that you're looking to scream those words, average sucks, get to the next level, get out of your box in life. This book will show you exactly how to do it. Get your copy at averagesucks.com or Amazon or wherever books are sold. Get your copy right away and get out there and start living a life that screams average sucks. Get the book. So you're doing all of this right now. You've got a tournament coming up in Dallas later this year. Another one prior to that?
Nope. So actually we have 3 events coming up. So in 2 weeks we're headed to Pebble Beach, and it's
Beautiful.
20 players, and it's a Ryder Cup format. So 20 women are coming, 2 teams of 10. We're playing Pebble, we're playing Spyglass, we're playing the Hay. It's going to be it's more of a luxury retreat.
Okay.
Then we have a trip in September into Ireland. So we try and do one overseas trip a year. This year it's to Ireland. And that's 12 participants. And then in Dallas in October, that's 200 players.
200. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's one open really to the public to start with, or new people want to get in. And then when they get in your world, it's like, let's go travel and do really cool stuff.
Yeah.
So let's get fitted. Those people all are fitted for their clubs. They do course management.
Well, and even the tournament players, because I love to compete.
Yep.
So I'm having my most fun on the golf course when it is a tournament situation.
Okay.
You know, when I'm there competing, grinding it out. So I wanted to start making tournaments and holding tournaments that were competitive, but then around the golf, it was also a lot of freaking fun.
Got it. So you're making a whole experience out of it.
Yes. Yeah.
Because we have a lot of stuff going on. Like the majority of our students and stuff watching this, and fans and people, I guess, audience, they're out there, they're entrepreneurs, they're doing stuff. So this is the questions I like to ask is like, how do you balance this with being a mom, being a wife, running a business, your full-time job with this? I know you're giving me the look like, I don't really have an answer for that, but how do you work on a mission at the same time as you have your priorities and everything like that? Like, is there
it's tough.
I know it's tough.
Tough.
So what are you doing to manage? Because most people give up, and you haven't given up. So obviously you got to give yourself some credit. You're doing something that's working. So how is managing this passion and love of golf? Are your kids golfing?
No, they grew up playing golf, but they just never
It's not their thing.
loved it.
Okay.
So, there's only so much time you can make kids do something.
Okay. So how do you turn it off when you're in this mode, and then
It's hard. It's hard because I'm also on social media a ton.
Okay.
So it is like this past weekend I had to actively tell myself, we're not going to go on social media a ton this weekend. We're going to we're going to let the accounts rest.
Did it hurt anything?
Not at all. It never does.
It actually, rejection breeds obsession. So one of the things I've learned is when you actually take a minute away from your account, which a lot of people do not understand because we get addicted to it, is when you take a second off of stuff and then you come back again, you rejuvenated your fans.
Yeah.
The white noise goes away. It's hard to want to now. So is it that we want to stay on social media to keep going and like we don't want to stop and we're scared that the engine will stop? Or is it that literally we think, or do we have to? Or what is that about? Because I truly believe that if we think about it correctly, rejection breeds obsession. And when we're not available, we're more valuable. And I think if we're there all the time, if church was 7 days a week, nobody would go if it was available. Because it's just Sunday and you could miss it. It builds the guilt, the obligation, it builds the connection, it builds the once a week. It's not a big commitment from people. So if the pro golf tour was every single week and it was every single day of the week, it would take all the pizzazz out of it. Super Bowl is every week. So have you thought about that even just with what we do, just like literally? And I know I just hit you with a bullet right there.
You did.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Because we can test this.
I think
your fans love you.
Yeah.
Your page looks amazing too.
Thank you.
Yeah, you get some homework to our team too. I'm
you.
like, I told them not the pink, but follow our color pattern. Yeah.
No, it's a great point, and absolutely, it can take a rest every weekend. It absolutely can. So I love making content, and I have a lot stored away. You know, so part of it is I want to put this out there so that other people can see it, listen to it, learn from it.
I love what you're creating with the community. I love what you're creating because it's challenging for women to a lot of times have friends and have something in common, and there's this stuff that goes on. I think having women together when they have a common bond and goal, it creates better relationships. I truly believe, and that's hard to find. It's like it's what the sorority was supposed to be, that it's not. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it could be all different types of humans and from different parts of the world, but they come together. They have one focus of wanting to master a game or be part of a game. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, so say the name of your company because I love it. What is it?
Compete Confidence Golf.
Did you even think about that? Literally, is everything you've ever done in your life when you were 19, you got sober, is about confidence. You had confidence in yourself, confidence in your sister, I believe you said, and her husband, and you had confidence in them, and you decided to compete with yourself, and that's literally you in a nutshell. Have you even thought about that?
I have not.
Okay,
but the name of my business came very quickly. So
you got a signal.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So compete confidence golf, golf is really what it's about. It's really being competitive. So do you feel that off the golf course when people start taking on golf, they become more of a competitive person?
Probably they should be competitive with themselves. Yeah. Okay. Meaning like they become competitive with themselves because golf, what happens is when you start playing golf, you become better pretty quickly. Meaning like you kind of, from just starting to maybe, shooting in the high 90s can be a pretty fast transition, and you're like, holy moly, where do I sign up for the PGA Tour? You get that golf addiction fast because you see progress so quickly. Now getting better after that takes work, and that's where that competitiveness
How do you deal with that? Because I see that in all sports and all levels of everything. It's like in business, people want to get to 6 figures when they first get started, and they finally get to 6 figures, and want to make $1 million a year, and they get to $1 million a year, and then like to get from $1 million to 3 is kind of doable, and then 3 to 10 is like people just get stuck there forever. And the same thing happens in golf when people go from being decent at it. So just playing with it to decent at it, what are the steps to do that? Like if you were to walk people right now watching this through the steps, I got the 3 things you shared earlier, but like let's pretend right now somebody watching this goes, I've played a couple times. I came to Phoenix. I played at the Biltmore when I was there once. I've done, which is an interesting course in itself, but I've played Biltmore.
Oh yeah.
I've played, that's all I played when I was a kid because people's parents would come to town when I went to college and we played, and it was it was not for me. But nothing is beautiful. But the reason I bring this up is if someone watching this goes, I'd love to get those clubs out again. Go get those fitted. Go get some new clubs. And I really would love to become just start playing with this at another level right now. I'm going to do the 3 things that she recommended to me. I'm going to decide that we're going to do that. What do the stages look like for somebody to go from I really suck at this, because that's where I believe everybody starts when they suck at this, to I'm better than most people quickly? Yeah.
So we're going to join a league first. Okay. So there's men's leagues out there. There's ladies leagues out there. There's co-ed leagues out there. Okay. You're going to join a league. They're all over the place. And the easiest way to find them is to go to the courses that you love and just ask the pro shop. You know, so if I'm going to go to Papago, because I love playing Papago, I'm going to go to the pro
I played that
shop.
in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the pro shop and say, hey, do you have a ladies league here? They're going to say yes. They're going to give me their contact information, and I'm going to email them or call them and say, hey, I want to join. When do you play? Usually these leagues play on a certain day of the week, and you join and you start meeting new people and you start playing with different people, and it gives you that uncomfortable feeling that will take you to that next level.
It gives you the community that you've been talking
Yes.
about.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
The people
Gives
that
you a
want you to
community.
win. Do they want you to do well? Like, because when I play hockey with a club like that, and like we're not competing against each other. We help each other out.
Yeah.
Do you find that most of these clubs are people that, what kind of people are? I know you can't speak for everyone everywhere.
Yeah, well, there's
like-
always going to be people that are more competitive than others.
Let's give them a name. What would you call those kind of people? Give them a name. What do we call them?
Barbs.
Barbs. Okay. If your name is Barb, you are not. Please do not send anything in. Okay.
And here's
but yes.
the thing: I love Barb. The Barb is a person,
Okay.
actually. And the first day I joined a ladies' league. Barb said something that made me cry.
What'd she say?
She implied that I was playing slow, and I was.
You mean but she was behind you?
No, she was with us, but we could see the group behind us standing on the tee box, with their bitch wings out. And
Bitch wings, they're called?
Yeah.
Do it again. Okay.
Bitch wings.
Okay, good.
And so in our group, we were having the conversation of, okay, we should hurry up a little bit. And Barb goes, well, I'm not the one that's slowing us down. And meanwhile, I'm really struggling on that hole. It was a water hole. I'm hitting it in the water. I'm blading it out of the bunker. So, and this is my first day there. So I'm like highly sensitive to begin with. I'm the new girl. I'm uncomfortable. And it made me cry. Now, fast forward 12 years later, Barb is my member partner. She's taught me more things about golf than any instructor can possibly teach me. Like, she is one of my closest golf buddies.
And she gave you shit.
And she gave me shit the first day and made me cry. And I thought, wow, what a bitch.
Do you think she didn't like you, or she actually cared enough to tell you the truth?
I think the second option.
She cared enough. She wasn't there to be nice.
She's just a golfer, meaning like she's just out there golfing and she doesn't,
And you were
she's going
slow.
to say what's on her mind. And,
You were slow.
And I was causing the slow up. For
So
sure.
you were actually messing with her mental game because she wanted to get back in there and keep playing, and you were slowing down her momentum.
Yeah. And she's not going to hold it. Barb doesn't hold anything back.
Okay.
The Barbs don't hold anything back. They just say what's on their mind. And
So when you go to one of these communities,
Yeah.
you're going to meet a Barb.
you're going to meet a Barb.
And that Barb is going to be possibly your greatest asset.
Yes.
Okay.
It's all a matter of just sticking in there. So first up, join a league. Okay. Make friends, get a community going.
Yep.
You will start playing tournaments within that league too. So it will take you onto that tournament level. They'll introduce you to tournaments. After that, you're going to reach out to your state association. So your local or your state golf association is an amazing resource for you. Okay, so they hold state tournaments for all levels. So for the best golfers in the state, they're going to hold tournaments for, and for the 20 handicap, they're going to hold tournaments for. And maybe just fun days, or they have, in Arizona, they have groups for 30 under, or golf group that if you're 30 years old or younger, so they have lots of different avenues for you to meet new people and to compete. So reach out to your local or your state golf.
So everything's just sitting there.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's like that with everything. I tell everyone, people ask me, how do you become a better speaker? I said, there's Toastmasters is right around the corner.
Yeah.
You can start, there's a community or a club for everyone or anything. If you're like literally like want to own a petting zoo, there is a group of people that want to teach you how to own a petting zoo. But golf has it all set up, ready to go. So if there's any fascination with that, what you're offering is a step above. So if like you're now like want to test what you're doing in your local area and you want to jump out and get with the people that are like, not decided to be perfect or not decided that we're going PGA tomorrow, correct? But what like just want to really build a community of people that want the best for each other, that really want to win.
Yeah, and that want to compete, but also have a really good time.
Okay.
And then when that's like tournaments, and then for the retreat area, it is women that want an amazing, luxurious golf trip.
Got it.
Like the best hotels, the best food, the best golf courses, like no expense. Like everything is
Well, there is an
top-notch.
expense,
Yeah.
but there's no
What's the expression?
Nothing
No
is
expense.
is spared.
Spared. Thank
So thanks,
you.
Chip. Appreciate it. So okay, got it. So no expense is left out,
Yeah.
and literally people that just want to be around. Because I'm a member of a lot of mastermind groups. I would
Mm-hmm.
consider that a mastermind.
Yeah.
It is, and I pay a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Like tens of thousands of dollars every year to join masterminds. One year spending over $100,000 a year to be part of groups of people, and the reason is it's not you paying for your friends, but you are investing in relationships and you're skipping all the drama. I'm not having to go meet people online and then go meet them here, maybe with a friend.
Yeah.
We put all people that have competitive nature, they have a love for golf, they have a love for travel, they have a love for hanging out with other ladies, all in one place, correct?
And we're taking care of all the details for you.
So you don't have to think.
No.
So it's a vacation from your life doing things that you love. My wife sent me to Lake
Yeah.
Placid to go play hockey with the 80s Olympic team for remember the movie Miracle?
Yeah.
Remember that the night against the Russians? My wife sent me to go to Lake Placid, which is near Rochester,
Yeah.
upstate New York,
Yeah. Oh,
to
yeah.
go play. I was with all dudes that liked hockey, that are all competitive, that all wanted to win. And you've created that more than just a one-time experience. You created that on a regular basis for
Yeah.
people.
Absolutely.
So how do people find out? Is there like an application process? Like how would anybody watching this get a hold of you and find out? I have more questions for you,
Yeah.
but I want to make sure we
Yeah.
plant
So
the seed.
my website is competeconfidencegolf.com,
Okay.
and that's where all the
And we'll put
tournaments.
that, it'll go
In the
on
show
the bottom
notes.
of the screen. Not a show notes, we're going to put it on the screen.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
you
that's
put in pink. Yeah.
So tournament schedule is there, retreat schedule is there, all the practice programs that we have, and then my podcast too. So I
Okay.
do a podcast twice a week, and
How do they find the podcast?
it's Tea Time with Tori Totlis. So
perfect.
so because I have a unique name, all you really have to do is search my name,
Okay.
and everything pops up pretty quickly.
Oh, perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
so tea time.
Yeah, Tea
Okay,
Time.
tea time. I
Yeah.
love it. Okay, so we'll be able to do that. So let me ask you this, because I'm a marketer by trade. So if I were to share this with you, this little idea, typically I found that if you tell people what it does, they may or may not show up. Let me ask you a better question. Who's it for? So I learned that if you can say out loud who this is actually for, maybe you and I can have a little marketing experiment right
Yeah,
now and we'll
yeah.
market this. And the reason I'm excited about it is I've seen the results. My wife has been to your event. She isn't a golfer, but she's there at support and worked with one of your sponsors. And you look for sponsors as well, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
another thing. So who sponsors are people who want to talk to those women, correct?
Absolutely,
That would
yeah.
support golf, not just golf, just in general. That would be their clients,
And
correct?
that's almost golf's biggest secret is there is a lot of women joining this game right now.
Okay.
I think it's actually the biggest demographic joining golf for years
I can
now.
see that.
Yeah.
So who's it for? So let's play a little game.
So it's pretty specific. It's for Francine. Her
Okay.
name's Francine.
Yep.
And she's 54 years old.
This is the avatar?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So
Yeah.
it's not for Barb?
No, actually, it's not for Barb because Barb likes to she likes to do everything herself.
Okay. So it's for Francine. Go ahead.
Yep, it's for Francine, and Francine's about a 19 handicap,
Okay.
around 54, and she loves to practice, and she loves to play in all the tournaments, and she loves good food, and she loves good travel, and she wants to become a better golfer.
And that's your avatar.
Yeah.
And that's the ideal person for this. Can they have a different name or is it stuck
Always
with Francine?
talking to Francine. Well, I'm always talking to Francine, but obviously it's
Okay.
lots of people.
So you're telling me that you have created a community of people that are women that enjoy golf more than just a hobby, correct?
Oh yeah.
And they are committed to getting better at their game and surrounding themselves with people that could make their game better.
Yeah.
Am I saying this correctly?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They are people that it is not for people that want to tell people others what to do or to coach people or to be pushy or be obnoxious or be overly competitive with each other, correct?
Yeah, even though that happens, but yeah.
But it's really for people that want to be competitive with themselves and put themselves in situations to get around top-notch golf and to put themselves in situations that are outside of what they do normally.
Yeah, enjoy golf at every level.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So the reason I say it like that, and the reason I share that is, as we get really clear with like the Francines of the world, is it's more than just golf what you're offering. You're offering people an opportunity to get better at life.
Yeah.
And with the tune of golf, with the thing that they truly enjoy, and it's no different than what you did years ago with the sober softball, you're offering people a way to get out of what they do currently and to come back better. So when people do these tournaments, when they go to the big one like in Texas coming up,
Yep.
what are the dates for that? Do you have that?
October 15th through 17th.
Okay, got it. So like right around my birthday. Okay.
Yep.
15th to 17th in October. You're going to be doing an event in, where's it at?
Stonebriar Country Club in Frisco, Texas.
How'd you pick that? Because Frisco's great. How'd you pick that?
I have contacts there. So Carrie Canoy, who travels with us and is our tournament director at most events, she's a teaching professional there.
Okay.
So
she said, come down and we'll be able to make this happen.
Yep.
Okay. Very good. So you asked me earlier before we got started, and I didn't have it. Maybe we'll have it in the show notes later. But you asked me the question about like my goal for the next year, and I gave you what I thought was very excited we're working on. So what does your year look like? It's January 1st, 2024. And we're looking back. I put it on the spot because we're recording this right now. So then I'll have to remind you, and I'll send you a copy of this to see if you did it. So it's January 1st, 2024. How is your life different personally, professionally, and with the impact that you're doing? All three of those areas. Personally improved, professionally improved, and your impact you're making in 7-8 months from now.
Okay, so I'm going to go with the middle.
You can go with anyone. You're ADD. Go with the professional.
We're going to go with the
Straight
professional.
for professional. Yeah, Bob Barker.
That
right down
says
the
a
middle.
lot about my 3 tiers.
Yep.
But
We'll deal with that later.
So in January 1st, 2024, I have a very clear vision of the 3 pillars that I'm working on. So I'm very focused on 3 areas of my business, and everything else is muted. So I'm really trying to pare down what I'm doing so that I can focus and put all my energy to making 3 areas of my business the best they can be.
Are you comfortable sharing what those are?
Yeah. So podcast.
Okay.
I'm doing a series on YouTube right now called The Golf Closet.
Okay.
And then events. I group events and tournaments together.
Got it. So, and we call everything an event in our company. We have a
Yeah.
little something we call the BDA, which is before, during, and after.
Yeah.
We treat everything as an event. You were an event coming in here today.
Yeah.
Going to it's someone's birthday. It's an event before, during, and after. And we look at everything in life as an event.
Yeah.
Because it's an event. It has to show up as an event to be eventful for people.
Exactly.
So number 1 is events. Got
Yeah.
it. We're going to work on those 3 things. Got it. Professionally. Now you got 2 more categories. Personal, for your personal life, because I truly believe when that is out of whack, the other stuff doesn't work well. And I also believe if there's no impact, this shit gets boring.
Exactly.
Down the middle. So pick a side.
So we're going to go to personal next. The reason why I want to pare down so much in my professional and really zero in on things is because I want more time for family and pretty much more time for my family.
Because you got teenagers, right?
I have teenagers.
I need you to give me that look. It's a job in itself.
It's
I've been through it. I got advice
something
for. I have a
else.
22-year-old that just graduated from college, so it is possible.
So he likes you again.
Yeah, no, she she's
likes
loved
you.
me the whole time. Yeah, she's.
Wow.
It's mom. They battle with mom.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
they do,
They
don't they?
move away a little bit, and then my 11-year-old, I just told her, "You're gonna love daddy. You're gonna love daddy. You're gonna love daddy." And I'm watching it shift. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's a hard job in itself, just raising teenagers, especially in the world today.
So the past year I've been so focused on business. Like last summer, I was barely around. And so I don't want another summer like that. I want a summer
Did they
more
tell
with
you
the
you
family.
weren't around?
No. Well, maybe they did, but I probably wasn't listening because I was so focused, on building this. So
Was it worth it?
I think it was. I think there's seasons in your life that you sometimes that's just how it is.
Yep.
I know that's how it was with my husband when he was growing his business. I've seen it with my parents and my sister. So we'll accept that as a season of really intense business work, but I don't want another summer to go by where I'm absent as much as I was.
Got it. So the summer's gonna be different.
Yeah. Okay. So really paring down what I'm focusing on and believing in these 3 pillars so much that I know that this could grow my impact and give me more time personally. So
Got it. Yeah. So if somebody comes to you and go, "Hey, we're gonna sell these new clubs," you're like, "Doesn't fit in my 3 pillars." No, unless it does.
It does.
Someone's like,
'Cause
"Hey,
I
we got a
now
new
know
supplement for golf," or like, "Doesn't fit in my pillars."
Yeah, and I've now learned what I enjoy doing and what I don't enjoy doing. And doing affiliate stuff, I don't enjoy doing whatsoever.
Got it. I usually tell people I'm gonna say it here, but I usually say to people, you just keep the money. I don't need it. Like, I'll promote me, you promote you. And,
Exactly.
And as soon as we start playing nickels and dimes, it changes the relationship.
Yeah.
There's a time when it's probably a good idea, but it's not the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So, what else don't you like?
Good question. I'm just seeing how I'm learning lessons on how to run events better.
Okay.
I mean, things that go wrong are things that you just have never think of sometimes.
Yeah.
And so it's learning all those lessons and making better budgets and getting more profit out of these.
Oh,
and,
it's only another $5,000. Oh, it's
yeah.
another 10.
Oh, yeah. And how do I say this? I'm not really, I'm motivated by building. I'm not motivated by money that much.
Let's be careful.
Even though I like money.
Let's be careful with that.
Well, because I know that they go together.
Let's be careful with that. And the reason I'm saying let's be careful, so you're my show, I get to call you out on this.
Oh,
but let's be careful with the money thing. So it's not that you're not motivated by money. It's not your primary. It's a language thing. It is not your primary decision maker.
Yeah.
So you are motivated by money because if you didn't have it, you'd get up and go make money.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So let's get really clear. You do not have I'm not motivated by money issue. You're dealing with it is not your primary decision maker. So if I were to guess, people having an incredible experience is more valuable to you than, and I would say incredible experience and impact somewhere fall in 1 and 2. Being a profitable event is probably like 5 or 6. It's down below.
Yes.
Okay. And I guarantee, am I correct about
Yes.
that? So the reason I clarify is I teach people all the time, like there's a thing people say like golf is hard. And I say, bullshit, it's not hard. It's harder than you'd like it to be because you haven't applied yourself yet. It's not hard. Golf is not hard. It is only harder than it should be because you haven't put your name into the game yet. Am I correct about that? So the reason I correct language with people on this is because I want them to walk away and going, God, I'm never going to say that shit again.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you stop saying that, you will attract more money.
Yeah.
And then your business gets easier and you get more time with the family. So
that.
actually, I am.
Mindset shift.
Well, it's a big thing. So you've got to look at this and go, I'm here to. I am motivated by literally money buys me time. And the more money I have, the more time I have, the more time I have, the more time I have with my family. So money allows me to have convenience, to not wait for things, a better hotel room. I don't wait online. Like I don't wait online for anything. I go to Disneyland. I buy the $7,000 tour. I don't screw around. Like I literally, I'm a convenience person. Convenience takes cash.
Yes.
So I'm motivated by convenience.
Convenience takes cash.
Do you like that?
That on a t-shirt.
We're gonna put that on a t-shirt. On a t-shirt.
Needs to be a
Convenience.
sign.
Yeah. My wife's gonna love that one. Yeah. Deborah's gonna love that. Convenience requires cash. What did I say? Convenience.
What did we say?
What is it?
Now-
Convenience. Takes cash. Okay, so we got cash, we get convenience, and when you have convenience, you get time, and your life gets easier, you're less stressed, and this is why when I watch these incredible golfers out there, they are not doing all these things. It's not that the prima donnas out there. It's they know that if they're doing all of the work that they were doing 20 years ago and worried about their bag and worried about everything and where their shoe goes, I promise you, the Tiger Woods of the world have somebody doing shoe 1, shoe 2, and clears out their hotel room, and I know that for exact fact.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know that for exact fact that they do not pack their bag leaving the hotel. So my question is, that's a whole nother level that I guarantee that people can get to. So I believe golf can teach people how to play at that big level. All right, I want to break in here real quick and remind you that motivation and mindset do not happen by accident. They happen by choice. They happen by decision. And why not start off the week in the most incredible way with an incredible Monday mindset that you can activate in less than 90 seconds. Go to michaelbernoff.com/Monday Mindset and you'll get access to our quick 90-second emails and videos that we will send every single Monday to activate your mindset in business and personal and every aspect of your life so you can guarantee to live an above average life. michaelbernoff.com/Monday Mindset. Get your access today. So we're gonna get back on track on this. There's my coaching moment for you. So we got impact, and I want that for you more than anything to get back. So to really get back with your family and stuff, because when you have less to worry about and you have less to think about, like I think the media can really screw with a golfer or even a professional athlete. I think if they talk about someone's divorce in the middle of the Super Bowl, I think it mess up their game.
Oh yeah.
And I truly believe if we have shit going on in our own lives and our lives are not working the way we want them to, there's no way we can play well. We can compartmentalize for maybe a tournament, but not for a year. So I truly believe when you're shit straight, your game goes through the roof.
Yeah.
And also, I believe that one of the gifts you're giving the ladies out there is getting a chance to get away from their life and talk with other people that are dealing with challenges. Because it's not all golf the whole time, is it?
No, not at all.
What are we talking about at dinner and stuff?
Oh my God, all sorts of things. And
This is part of your marketing. You got to cover this.
So again, competitive tournament and then all the meals and entertainment afterwards. So it's just about as much fun off the golf course as it is on the golf course. But the greatest thing people tell me is that they went and played golf because people are coming from all over the country. We had 36 different states represented at the Desert Classic back in March. So the greatest thing they could tell me is we just played, we all met up and we only know each other because of the Desert Classic, and we all just played golf together in North Carolina. Again.
Common bond.
Yeah.
And then they may do it once now and then once again in a year and 3 years, and they wind up on your, do you have a mailing list, people to get a hold of?
Oh, yeah.
Where's that? Your website?
Yes.
Give it one more time.
CompeteConfidenceGolf.com, and you just scroll to the bottom and there's an opt-in right there.
And you'll be able to share a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
And, okay, good. Our team, these people know what opt-ins are,
yeah.
landing pages and squeeze
Freebies,
pages and all that
of them.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They all know all this stuff. Okay, so we covered, this is going to be the fun part. So we
Yeah.
covered, I understand what you want, and I want that for you more than you could imagine, because I truly believe when people get their personal stuff straight, their business just takes off through the roof. That's the business I'm in. I teach people about business by re-erecting and building the ability to do what it is they need to do. Third thing is impact. What's the impact? January 1st, 2024, what impact is your life making on the world and your mission in this community?
We have grown the sport in women's golf. So we are showing them what the journey looks like. We're showing them what the next steps are. Because even the woman that is just playing with their husband or significant other on the weekends, if I could show her that there's this entire community of women out there that they can also play golf with, and out of that community, they are meeting new friends and bringing that community into their life, into their soul, that is what gives me the greatest pleasure ever. Because, again, it's hard meeting friends and joining communities as an adult. It's tough. You have this growing up, and it's so easy, and then all of a sudden you're an adult, and after, kids are gone, they're away at college, and it's like, now what? So golf gives you that avenue to be competitive, to meet new people, to travel. So January 1st, 2024, I have grown my reach, and in order to provide more women the map to how fabulous this golf is, that this sport is in many different ways. It's not just going out once a week with your husband or significant other. There's this whole world.
I love it. Okay, so I'm going to ask one more question here real quick. Is it okay for women who get better than their husbands to beat them in golf?
Absolutely.
How did he take it? Because
He
he was better than you at first.
Yeah.
So how did that go the day? I mean, I'm just going to be honest. Like, when was the last time he won?
It's been a while. But my husband's so proud of me, and he's just such an easygoing guy that it doesn't affect him. Okay. I know that
he's still competitive, right?
Oh yeah.
He'll go crush his friends.
Oh yeah.
Beat them.
Yeah.
But you beat him.
I beat him. Yeah.
And that's okay?
Yeah, we're not competitive with each other. It's weird. Where I've seen a lot of, like, even my parents, they're kind of competitive with each other. But
so you're each are competitive with yourselves.
Yeah.
But you play against each other and you're willing to beat him.
Yeah.
Do you think that gives him a gift?
Do you think that gives him a gift? I think he loves playing golf with me. So,
very good. And if you played down to make him feel better, would you think that would serve him?
Not at all.
Okay. So you recommend...
There's no participation trophies.
I love it. Okay. I hate that 13th place trophies and stuff like that. That's fantastic. Yeah. Okay. Well, this has been absolutely incredible. Yeah. I got to tell you, I'm super excited about sharing this with a lot of people. I learned a lot about golf, and I realized that some of the reasons I don't want to say avoided it, but never really got into it is because I'm doing a lot of things incorrectly. I've literally just thought magically, and I know better than this, that I should just show up one day on the course and I'll magically be good at it. There are some fundamental skills that right off the bat give you a massive 1-2-3% advantage. I go down to that store on Shea, if I could just go down there real quick, or any of those stores, I can pop in there real quick and very quickly go get myself some clubs that fit me, wait a few months, get the custom clubs, whatever it is that I need.
Yeah. Doesn't even take that long.
But what we did back in the old days.
Yeah.
Okay. But walk in there, get some clubs to fit me,
yep.
And then pick a course, play it a few times, make sure to map it out. I have a chance. Get a handicap index, decide to maybe map a few things, pick up your course. You still have that online course?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. How does somebody find out about that?
It's all at CompeteConfidenceGolf.com, and you just click practice programs, and there's a couple options there for you now, depending on what you want to work on.
And you got a couple options for different things.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So this has been absolutely incredible. I really appreciate it. You are definitely someone who lives an above average life and screams the words average sucks by the way she lives. And I got to tell you, you have to really be proud of yourself. And I know that you covered something you don't normally cover here with the decision you made and the incredible mentors you had, your sister at 19 and deciding to make a difference in your life, do something different. And then that led to the softball league, because if that didn't happen, you wouldn't have the softball league. And if the softball league didn't happen, I believe you wouldn't be doing this today.
Yeah.
I believe one thing led to the other, because I think the second you got into golf and you're like, other women want this. Wait a second, I've done that before. So I truly believe the challenges that we have in life really make us greater. And I love that you said, go out there and challenge yourself in golf, and go out there and make yourself uncomfortable, because that's going to be the goal to get where you want. So Tori, this has been awesome. Appreciate you. And I'd love to pick this up down the road again. And I'd love to pick it up next year and find out how you did what you said you were going to do and all the different things, the way they showed up.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Appreciate
Michael,
it. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you for being here.
Yep.
Thank you. Well, thanks for joining us for the Average Sucks Show. And the big question people ask is like, Michael, what is next? And the answer is simple. Get Average Sucks, my brand new book. And the reason why I want you to have this is, if there's things you want in your life and for some reason you've said to yourself, why am I holding back? Why am I not getting what I want? I know I'm capable of more. This book answers all of that and more. So go to averagesucks.com, check out all the other stuff on the page, got a bunch of bonuses for you. Get the book, read the book, and most importantly, follow the instructions. They're very simple. You'll finish this little book in a couple hours, real easy to read, and it's gonna start showing you how to get more of what you want in this world. So averagesucks.com, and catch us on the next Average Sucks Show.